Whenever we're in times of stress, we need to come back to Tadasana, or mountain pose, to regain our balance within ourselves, to come back to our own confidence, our own flow, our own love for ourselves. So, this is something I do all day long. Whenever I feel a surge of emotion overcome me, I stop, I take a second, and I give myself 15 seconds to do this. So you're going to press through the four corners of the feet, big toe, pinky toe, back two corners of the heels, spread the toes out wide. You're going to lift up through the arches, so it's almost like your feet are sucking up from the ground. Don't put too much thought into this. It's just to get the idea of that lifting of the center of the foot. That's going to move up into the shin, calf area. You're going to press the calf into the front of the shin. This is going to help engage the calf muscle or the back of the lower leg. Next, we're going to lift our kneecaps with a slight bend in the knee. This is going to help us keep the hamstrings engaged as well as our quadriceps or the front of the thigh. Next, I want you to expand the back of the legs like an accordion. So truly try to broaden the hamstrings. You might feel like you're pushing your quad or the front muscle back into your leg, so you're exploding the hamstrings up. Next, we move up to the hip region. So we're going to lengthen through the spine, get tall, and now you might notice that you're either scrunching your lower back or you might be rolled forward a little aggressively. We'll start with this one. If you're rolled forward, where you're getting a little bit of a hunch in this upper back region, you want to tilt the hips down. You want to lengthen that tailbone down to the ground, and you want to take your front ribs and move them up. So if you're scrunched, move the front ribs up towards the chest and allow the hips to drop the soup onto the ground. Excellent. Now that we've dropped the soup, maybe we have a little bit too much of a scrunch in our lower lumbar. So think about this. Whenever you scrunch the lower lumbar, those vertebrae, or the spine bones, they are getting compressed. And that is why you get an achy low back. And maybe you have a little bit less than ideal strength or a little bit of a weaker belly for the lower abdomen because you're not actively using these muscles. So just by doing this, you probably notice my lower abdomen is nice and engaged now. I lengthen my tailbone so that my front hips stay neutral. Now my back is long. They call this yoga butt because if you're a yoga teacher, you're not concerned with sticking your little beautiful tushy out in the world to shake it. You're concerned with looking in alignment because it feels the best. Doesn't matter about looks, it feels good in the body to not torment your skeletal structure. And that's going to release any spasms of those muscles, and now you can actually activate the muscles of the abdomen and the back correctly. Continuing on, we're going to draw up through that engaged belly by drawing the belly button and spine in towards the midline. You're going to bring the hips together by squeezing them in and up. This is going to continue. If your front ribs have protruded forward, just draw them down slightly. So it's just taking your top ribs, drawing them down, or you can think about your nipples having lasers and just drawing them down slightly. Next, we're going to push the shoulder blades into the chest. Spread the collarbones wide. Come back to those front ribs if you need to and draw them down. Allow the shoulders to truly fall away from the ears. Relax them down, down, down. Start from the nape of the neck or the back and just extend the back of the neck all the way through the crown of the head. This will make the chin come down about an inch or two. That's okay. As long as you have a nice long neck, gentle lengthening. And now we are anatomically stacked. Here we're going to take a few breaths. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Ground through the feet, lift through the arches, push through the calves. Engage the legs. Draw the midline of the hips inwards towards the pelvis. Draw up through the center of the body. Allow the shoulders to spread wide down towards the ground. Allow the chin to drop about an inch or two. Expand the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Take a full round of breath. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Fill the lungs all the way up, up, up. Pause at the top. And push that air out through an exhale. Excellent. Whenever you are feeling discomfort or unease or frustration or anger to an external stimulus or whatever environment you're in, that is okay. Just take a moment to stop, realign your skeletal structure, Take a moment for yourself, balance yourself out, and remember that all is well. Extract your attachment from the situation. Extract whatever is making you upset. Question what that is. Analyze it. Accept it. And realize that nothing is worth our negative energy, because we truly cannot change anything except for how we react and what that will look like. So we can keep trying to fight it and we can keep trying to go into that negative hole. However, the more that we just take a second, step back, detach our emotions, and then allow ourselves to move forward in a positive manner that isn't judgmental to us or the other, we can truly come back to peace. And that is the whole purpose.